Hey guys, Landon Rich here, call center crew. Just wanted to drop you some weekly wisdom. Today I'm hanging out at Focus Services, BPO out of Northern Utah. We're going to be talking about the utilization and efficiency and something cool that I think Focus does to help out their employees. So as we know with payroll for agents, it's got to be tracked somewhere, but typically there's two systems, right? There's a payroll system where you clock in, clock out, breaks, lunches, that type of thing. But then there's also something that you correlate it with is the time on the phones, right? The ACD or inside of the dialer, the actual working time, right? So there's two metrics here, and we're going to cover this in a Metric Monday. But utilization is basically you pay an agent for an 8-hour day. Well, how much of that time is actually being worked, right? Basically, total payment, total time that you're paying them, minus the breaks and minus the lunch. So what is that? 6.5 hours out of 8 is the utilization. Some might be surprised that it's less than that. But then you go into efficiency. So efficiency is meaning of the 6.5 hours that they are on the phones working, how much of that time is spent in a working state. So how much time is spent on hold and after call work, training, different things like that. And very quickly you'll see that you're paying an agent for dang near an 8-hour day when they're really only working maybe half of that on the phones, right? So something that's pretty cool. Let me walk out here and I'll show you on one of the floors here. So they've actually created a way that you can obviously on the computers, depending on the firewall restrictions, things like that inside of centers, you're going to have the agents will have different availability to their time clock. So what Focus has done is they bought a couple of iPads. They put them up on the wall here. Check this out. So they put them in an iPad. They bought a little case for it, right? Mounted the case on the wall under lock and key. And then what they did is they have a little their own time clock, whether it be a software that you pay for here on Focus. It's part of their intranet that they've set up for themselves. So it's the URL. They put on the guided access here, so you can't log out of that Safari web page. The agents simply click in here, enter their username, their password, and then it clocks them in and out, right? So this is just one simple way that the agents can come in, they can clock in and out, and then they can obviously hop on the phones and they can correlate the two. The issues that I've seen in the past in multiple centers is, if you rely solely on that clock on the ACD or on the software, and then you obviously add in manual time for breaks and lunches to equal the 8 hours. A lot of times, if there's a power outage or if there's a glitch in the software, or if something happens and it goes down, then all that time's lost, and you have to rely on rely on agents getting that communication to the supervisors to the directors, over to payroll, and it's just a huge long process, and it generates a lot of payroll errors. In which, if you stay tuned, episode 4 of the Call Center Crew podcast, we dive a little bit deeper into payroll errors and what that does to the attrition and the morale inside of contact centers. So this is your weekly wisdom. Again, check us out, callcentercrew.com. Also on YouTube, check us out. Thanks, guys.